Hello everyone, happy Friday. I'm sorry I missed you all on Tuesday. We had been dog sitting for 2 weeks and somehow during that time walking the dog, I really tweaked my back. I was in so much pain on Tuesday. It was awful. What's weird about the pain this time is I couldn't sit. I could lay down and I could stand, which I usually cannot do when my back is out. So yeah, it was not fun at all. But I saw the chiropractor 2 times this week. I iced my back, I warmed my back, I laid down a lot. I'm just making sure I'm up and running, and here I am. I laid down a lot, and I am doing so much better. So yay about that. So welcome to my Friday Coffee and a Card Live. It is Friday, July 11th, 2025. And I am coming to you from Middle Tennessee, where the temperatures are hot and humid. Yuck. Anyway, looks to be that way in the foreseeable future. My husband is not happy. As I've told you, he does not like it here. And this weather really just, he doesn't love it at all. So yeah, I'm not only hot and humid, but I'm living with a grouchy husband. So there you go. I don't see anyone popping by, even though I'm on here. But if you do come on, please let me know. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 28 years now, and I love what I do. I'm here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting, to give you tips and tricks to make that easier and more enjoyable for you, and then to encourage you to send your beautiful creations to others. Oh, I see Karen and Shar are here. Good morning. Glad you are here. When you share your creations, you bring joy and happiness to someone else. So it just doubles the pleasure of making cards, at least to me, it does. I have osteopenia. I have no idea, Karen. Who knows? I don't know what that is, so I don't know. You'd have to explain it. Sorry. Anyway, our goal is to eradicate loneliness one card at a time. Please be sure to say hi in the comments. Let me know that you're here. I love to hear from you. If you're watching on the replay, let me know that. As always, I will be drawing from all of the comments that are left today through tomorrow until the next morning when I draw for a winner. So enter as many times as you like. Every comment you leave is an entry. Congratulations to the winner of my last card, Lori Wycott. Lori, that card is on its way to you. Thank you so much for watching and commenting. Oh, severe storms in Iowa. I hope you don't too, Karen. I hate severe weather. I will be saying a prayer that nothing severe happens right by you. Also, congratulations to the winners of my DSP sampler from our 30 Days in June challenge that I had going on. Doris Monson and Shar Quisera, those are on their way to you. Thank you for entering, and thank you to everyone who participated. I hope you had a great time doing that, and I hope you became more familiar with the catalog because of it. A reminder, if you can share my video anywhere, that really helps my small business out. So if you do that, let me know and I'll give you an entry in today's drawing. No, Karen, I don't think I have that. I've been checked for osteoporosis and they say everything is fantastic. So don't think it's that. I just have a really loose spine because of my autoimmune. It's a connective tissue disorder and it doesn't hold my spine in place. So it kind of does what it wants sometimes. So anyway, enough about that, right? Yeah, let's get down to the table. I'm going to turn you around. You'll see some sunshine out there. You'll see my green hydrangeas, which I think are beautiful. I never thought I would like them, but I'm loving them. And we'll take you down to the table. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Stampin' Up! Rewards program is ongoing. For every $20 of an order that you place, every $20 or more order that you place, you will automatically receive 10% in rewards on a future purchase. Those rewards are redeemable for a year, and you can use them on your very next order, or you can store them and save them for something fun you want to reward yourself with. I have one card to share with you today. It is from my friend Shar, who is watching. It is a happy birthday card. Excuse me. And she used, and I'm trying to remember the name of this technique. Is it the shutter technique? I think it might be the shutter. So it looks like a shutter on a camera, opening and closing, that we've done before on here. And this is a great job with this, Shar. I really love it. Thank you for thinking of me on my birthday and for all of your kind words that you wrote in the card. It really made my day. So appreciated. All right, guys, let's see what's going on. My birthday celebration. It is the month of July and my birthday is this month. And because of that, I'm stuck on you and I'm giving you glue. So for every $100 in purchases, pre-shipping and handling and tax, I will give you your choice of one of these 9 glue items. Now, you don't have to keep track because it's cumulative. So if you put in a $50 order and another 50, that would be 100. If you put in 3 orders that got to 100, if you got to 200, I will keep track. And at the end of the month, I will send you a message or an email and link to this so that you can see what you can choose from. And then you can let me know what you would like, and I will get that sent out to you. It's going to come in a cute little zippered bag, or at least with a cute little zippered bag with a sweet thank you tag on it as a thank you from me to you on my birthday. Crazy Stamping Lady free monthly virtual card class. Like every month, I am doing a free card class for your purchases. So a $50 order will get you 3 free card packets. A $75 order will get you those 3 free card packets plus a bonus project. A $100 order will get you those plus the bonus project plus a half a pack of embellishment. Any smaller order gets a handmade card from me as a thank you, and all orders are entered into my monthly prize drawing. My August class is going to be a little later than normal. So my class for June purchases is this coming Monday at 11 o'clock a.m. right here on this page. Anyone can watch. My August one, though, won't be till August 18th, and that's because we are going to be out of state on vacation for a while for my 50th class reunion. How freaking crazy is that? Anyway, those kits will get mailed by early July. The class, not by early July, by early August. August, sometimes my months get a little confused. Excuse me. And then the class will be on Monday, August 18th. That happens automatically, guys. So it just comes to you. You don't have to keep track of that either. Okay, we have a special sale going on. Today is the last day. This was a little pop-up sale from Stampin' Up. It was unexpected. Demonstrators didn't get a lot of warning, so I couldn't give you a lot of warning. But that is okay. I love when they do specials like this. Through today, you can order any of our 12 by 12 two-tone cardstocks at 20% off. Now, these cardstocks come in every single one of our colors, so you can order full packs of any color you like. But what I did to find out if I loved it was I ordered a couple of their two-tone cardstock assortments. This is just a sample of one. It's called Celebrate Together. It comes with 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 different colors. These are 12 by 12. They have a white core. They're acid-free and lignin-free, so you can use them in your scrapbooks, but they're also great for paper crafting. And I'm going to use a little bit of it on my card today just to show you that. The colors in this pack are Blackberry Bliss, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, Fresh Freesia, and Pool Party, and Strawberry Slush. But I think there's a couple other combos out there, and it's a great way to try it out at 20% off. But today is the last day of that sale. And then I didn't mark anything out of here because I think everything I have basically today is online. So I'm going to just move this out of the way, and we're going to get going here. Because I have another video at 1 o'clock over on the Global Inspiration Stamp Team group, and my mind is going a million directions. So hopefully I can do this with not a problem. Here is the recipe. I will bring this recipe back out at the end so you can take a screenshot, and I will also post this and the card example at some point today in my Facebook group with the global stamping thing going on, and I also have a quilt show I'm doing a vendor thing for tomorrow. I have a lot on my brain. Here are our card pieces. I'm going to just pull them out. So I have a basic white envelope. I have a basic white card base. So that is an A2 base, 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. I have some scrap papers to do some stamping and die cutting. Whoa, they went out of the way. I have a piece of basic black that is 2 3/4 by 5.5. A piece of real red that is 2 1/4 by 5.5. Now I want to show you this real red is done with the two-tone cardstock. So on the back it is a lighter red, almost hinting on a dark pink, and on the front it matches our real red. So every two-tone one gives you just that 2 tones of the same color, and you can decide what size to use it for. And then I have a piece for our sentiment. I actually have a backup in case I stamp it funny, a little scrap of basic black, and a couple die cuts from the kit that we're using. And I pre-die cut these just because we have a lot going on, just to save a little bit of time. So a pair of glasses and some little shoes, and I'm going to move them up here and hopefully not lose them. So this piece of real red two-tone cardstock was embossed using the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. And this is a great embossing folder for Christmas, for men's images, for anything. I love it, love it, love it. So that is where that embossing got on there. Now we're going to do a couple things. I'm going to bring in this bundle. So this is the bundle we're using, the Poppin By bundle. It's an online exclusive that was released in May. It's all about popcorn. And let me tell you guys, I have had birthday parties and movie night parties and tons of things with popcorn over the years. So I'm going to be using this for some scrapbooking. But also my husband loves popcorn. He has his own Papa's popcorn bowl. The kids know every time they come over, he's going to make popcorn. He is a popcorn fanatic. So this is just a good set for me to have on hand. It comes with dies. So the dies cut out like a little movie picture reel. They cut out those little shoes and eyeglasses that I did ahead of time. They cut out this popcorn bucket, and they cut out all of these little pieces of popcorn. So there's a lot going on here in these dies, and we're going to be using some of these in just a minute. Cute, cute set. The only stamp I'm not using out of here today, I'm pretty sure, is this one right here. I guess I'm not using the popcorn stamps per se today in this card. But he reminds me of a little octopus. I'm thinking he would be a cute little octopus on a card too, rather than just a piece of popcorn. Okay guys, I'm trying not to get confused because this is also the bundle that I am featuring on the Global Inspiration Stamp Team. So hopefully I've got my mind wrapped around what we are doing here today. So the first thing I want to show you is my popcorn guy. Where is my other piece? Hang on, guys. So in the stamp set, this comes as one piece. But I wanted my popcorn bucket and my popcorn to be 2 different colors. Now there's a few ways you could do that. You could stamp it in each color you wanted and then cut off part of it and layer it behind. You could take your markers and go ahead and marker on the color you wanted, but I didn't do either of those. I actually took the leap and cut my pieces apart. Now, you have to be brave to do this, I understand, but I cut my bucket off from the popcorn image. So on this side you can see they're very close together, and if you mess it up, it's your fault. Stampin' Up! Isn't going to replace it. So I'm not necessarily advising you to do this, but I used my snip and I was able to cut them apart, and then I can stamp them separately to get the color that I want. So let me show you how I'm going to stamp this. If you come back to the Global Inspiration Team group, if you're a part of that, I will be sharing a little bit more on that and showing you a couple things. So that would be great if you're a part of that. That group is a special thank you for my team members and my customers. So if you fall into either of those categories, if you order from me or you're a team member and you're not in that group, let me know and I will get you an invite. So I'm going to just stamp my little popcorn guy right here, my little bucket with real red, and he's so cute. I think he's just adorable. And then I'm going to take, I'm trying to find a place to put stuff because my desk is full for my next presentation too. So I am going to take our Darling Duckling, which is one of our new in colors, and it works perfect for the popcorn, and I'm going to ink it up. This is going to be well buttered popcorn, and I'm just going to come in here and lay that right on top of my bucket, just like that. And now I have my two colors with no problem. Now, again, if you're not brave enough to do it, I wouldn't encourage you to do it. It is at your own risk, but I've done it to many stamps and it doesn't even freak me out anymore. So we're gonna set that aside for a minute. I'm gonna show you how I got a buttery look on my popcorn kernels here. So we're gonna take a piece of saran wrap, just plain old saran wrap. I'm going to crumble it all up so that I have just like this crumbly side on it and hold it. Just pinch it together in my fingers and hold it, okay? And then I'm going to take my Darling Duckling ink one more time. And we are going to dab this all over my paper. Okay, so this is just giving me kind of a cool background. I'm stamping off so I get different light and dark colors on here and just kind of filling it in. So all I'm creating is a fun little background. Now you could do this with any color for any kind of background. It would just be beautiful, like for oceans or skies or whatever you might want to do. But I'm going to use it for my popcorn today. So let me take this out of the way. And we're going to do some die cutting. I grab my little mini cut and emboss machine. And you know what? Before I do that, sorry guys, I should have done this first. I'm going to grab my chamois and just wipe off that excess yellow ink. It's not going to matter really while I'm die cutting, but at some point it might. And if I don't do it now, I will not remember it. So there's my little chamois. I just stuff them in there in that little gum container with my bone folder and we're good to go. Okay, now let me grab this. And we're going to cut out our little popcorn bucket. I'm just going to use this die, place it right around. His little feet are going to fit into that bottom section. And because I stamped it really close together like that with my two stamps, it all is going to cut out, all yellow is all going to cut out just fine. Okay, I think I have that pretty straight. Come in here with some washi tape to hold it in place. And we're just going to run this through. And voila! We have an adorable little popcorn bucket. Look at that. So we're going to set him aside for a minute. And then we're going to do our popcorn. So I am just laying that piece on here. And then I'm going to take all of my popcorn. Now the popcorn have two pieces to them. You can just cut out the outline of the popcorn. Or you can put this piece in the middle and it's going to cut out some little bitty indentations on there to make it look more realistic and give you a 3D feel. So I'm going to do, let's move this up here. I'm going to do them together. I'm just placing them where I stamped all of my yellow popcorn. And I'm not worried about them being too centered in there. It's just going to make the lines in a little bit different place. I just want to be sure they're not overlapping each other. And then we'll do this one right here in the middle and place this on it. Okay, so let's run these through and I'll show you what we get. Oh, didn't run it quite far enough. There we go. So now we have 3 pieces of popcorn. I'm just going to slide these off so I don't lose them. And here's our popcorn pieces, and you can see now they look buttery, like they have butter drizzled on them. How cool is that? So this is how they look with those little pieces indented. Now I'm going to cut out 3 more, but for these I'm not going to cut out those pieces, just to be able to show you the difference. And because I'm going to overlap some of these can be on the background. So if I just wanted to cut out the popcorn images, I could come in here and just lay these 3 pieces down. And I love the way this looks for the butter, because some of them get the more dark butter and some get lighter, and it's just kind of all drizzled. And it's a fun technique. The cellophane technique background, it's just a fun technique. So why not do something fun, right? Okay, we're gonna pop that through. And here are those 3 popcorn pieces. I'm gonna get rid of all of this. Okay, so here's the pieces, the regular just cut out, which are adorable. But on these, once you cut them out, you can take your snips and you can come in on those little parts where it's cut and kind of fold them up. And it's gonna give your popcorn a bit of a 3D feel to it, like it's coming up off of your paper. So I wanted some like that and some plain. We're just going to pull these up a little bit. Not worried about a lot. That little bit will definitely give it some oomph on your paper. And this is the best way I've found to pull them up, is just using my snips. Some of them are going to pull up a little bit more than others depending upon the way they were cut on there. Okay, so there's our popcorn pieces. We now have 6 popcorn pieces to play with. So let's put our card together. I'm gonna come in here. This is that card base I was talking about, and we're gonna add a couple layers to this, but I'm gonna tear the edges on these layers. So I'm just gonna come in here with my black. This is our regular cardstock, and I'm just gonna tear about 1/4 inch off back and forth down this edge, just to give it a little character. Now you can see it still looks black when you cut it, because our regular cardstock is, the fibers are dyed. So it's dyed all the way through when they make this. And I love that. That is a great look for when you're using cardstock. So this is going to go on here. But then we're going to use our two-tone. Now remember, the two-tone has a darker red and a lighter red. I'm going to go with the darker red side, and I'm going to show you a couple things about the two-tone, since this is what's on sale right now on that sale. I have run this through the embossing folder. I am going to take an emery board or an emery block, and we're just going to run over this two-tone cardstock, right over the part that I already embossed with the embossing folder. And you can do this as much or as little as you want till you get the look that you want. And you can see that it is pulling off some of the color on the top raised parts of that embossing. Now, that is because the core of this paper is white. So it's a great way to get a distressed look on your paper. You can't do that same thing with a black or a regular cardstock. This cardstock is slightly thinner than our regular, but I will tell you, my little brushy red things off of there, I have used this for a cardstock base and it works fine, especially if you're putting something on to support it a little bit. So yeah, it is not so flimsy. It is a little bit thicker than our designer series paper, but thinner than our regular cardstock. And I'm going to do the same thing on here now. I'm going to come in here and we're going to tear off about 1/4 inch. But now you can see on this one, I have that white torn edge. So this is just a different look, guys. For some projects, not having the white showing might be great. For others, having the white showing is going to be what you want. So I love that we now have this option. And the fact that they're giving it to us in all of our colors, it just amazes me. So this is going to come and lay right on top of there like that. So let's do that. Let's actually just do it in the order we're doing it. Let me grab my seal. We're going to put some on the back of our black piece here. And I'm going to lay that in about 1/4 inch from the side of my card. Now it looks like, oh no, I just don't have it even at the top. Let me pull that back up, guys. I thought it was a little too long, but I think it's probably perfect. I just didn't have it right at the top. There we go. Up, up, up. Okay, so that is laying on there just like that. And then I'm going to take this piece that I distressed and tore of the Real Red two-tone cardstock. We're going to add some seal to that and come in and lay that. And I'm going to leave a little black border on each side of this. So now we just have a really, really cool image. And because I'm making some of these popcorn cards to send to some of my male brothers, the men in my life, I think this is a really nice masculine look for that. So let's take our little popcorn guy here and add his shoes and his eyeglasses. So I'm going to just take my my Tombow glue and add a little bit right here in the middle, and then just a couple little tiny little dots on the corners. You don't need much Tombow. We talk about this all the time. Just enough to hold it down on my popcorn. Spread that around a little bit. And to place it, I am going to use my tweezers because that just helps me have a little more control. And we're going to put these little eyeglasses right on him like that. You get them straight in the way I want them. Tombow gives you a little wiggle room to move if you need to. So, well, that was too much. I didn't need to move it that much. Let's put it right back there. Okay. Look how cute he is with his little glasses. When you cut these glasses out, you do get those two little pieces from the inside. And I did see someone make a card where they put a blue one and a red one for like when you go into a 3D film and everything is 3D, and that was kind of cool. But I didn't do that. And now we're going to add his little shoes. So for his shoes, I'm going to come in here, and on the bottom part of his feet here, I'm just going to add Tombow again, because these shoes are tiny and his feet are tiny, just like that. And I'm going to use my tweezers again because that gives me the most control. It's like having, I don't know, another hand almost. And we're going to come in here and place those little shoes right on the bottom of his feet, like that. Let's place the other one. And again, you have a little wiggle room once you lay these down, so you can move them around so that they're pretty even on the feet of our little popcorn guy. So look how fun is that? This is nothing but fun. If you guys know me, I am not a punny stamp set. I am not the cutesy animals, but every now and then a set just appeals to me. And this one I thought was adorable. So it's not my norm. I'm a flower girl. I'll be the first to admit it, but I like it. So we're going to take this little guy and we're going to add him to our card front with a couple dimensionals. And I'm going to put him right over here, kind of on the side. I think I want his feet showing, so I'm going to try to fit him there so his feet aren't on top of that. Okay, and then we're going to take our popcorn, and I'm going to take this. Now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to lay him down, so bear with me as I figure this out. In fact, I think I'm going to put this one up here. I've made a bunch of samples for my presentation. There, I got glue all over the front of this. Hang on, guys, we're going to get that glue off. I'm going to use my glue eraser right here. It's not only glue, but it's glue that's a little red because of the red fibers from my red. There, we got it off. Okay, let's try that one more time. We're going to add some seal to the back of this one. I was saying I have a ton of samples for my presentation later today, but that's an exclusive group. I might come back next week after we've had our event and just show you the samples. But I did some different things with this too, but I didn't get another sample of this because of that. I was busy. So let's lay down a couple of these non-popped out popcorns. Just kind of in a couple spots. I'm going to hang on to the third one. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not. And then to these other ones that I did pop out the pieces on, I am going to add a dimensional. And we'll kind of pop these up. And they can go off the side onto the colors, which I love when I do that. I just think it gives your card a really nice look and not so defined when you go off some of the edges. And let's place this other one right here. Whoop, if I can get it. Looks like my husband just got back. He was doing some grocery shopping for me and picking up some money for my vendor fair tomorrow for my cash box. So thankful, thankful, thankful for him. And then let's do this last popped up one. If I can get the backing off here. And place that one popped up like right here. Okay, and I think I'm going to stop there. I still have this one, but I think I'm just going to hold on to it because now it's 5, which is an odd number, which I like. If I get done and I think it's needed, we can always try to come back in and add it in, but I'm just going to set it to the side. Let's do our sentiment. So my sentiment for this one is going to be popping in to say hello. So I'm just going to ink up my sentiment with my Memento black ink. And we're going to come in and try to center this. And like I said, I have a backup in case I really mess it up because it's a skinny little, oh no, it's perfect. It'll be just great. So we're going to use that. I don't even need my backup. And then I'm going to add this little piece of black. Now this is truly just a scrap. When I cut this piece down, I had this scrap left over. So I thought, why not put it behind here? It's going to make my sentiment set off a little more than it would otherwise. And I'm just going to take my Tombow glue, and because it's such a narrow little skinny strip, I'm just going to put a streak down the back of my card like that. And then we're going to place this on top of that, hopefully pretty even. Okay, and if it's longer on one end than it is on the other, which it is, I'm just going to trim that down to make them a little more even. There we go. So there is our little strip. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensional. So let me grab my mini dimensionals, my tiny ones, because they will work best on the back of here. And I'm going to use 4 of them. I think it's a pretty long strip, and I want it to stand up on my card well. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am having a great day. I've got, like I said, a lot on my card for this weekend. So wish me luck that I can get it all done and be successful, but that's what life is all about. And I'm going to place this slightly over to the right, just popping it to say hello, so that red and black both show over here, and it just makes it a little more asymmetrical, which I think is fine. It's actually balanced by this coming off the edge up here, so you can think about balance when you're doing your cards like that. And I want to add a couple more things to this card before we are done. I'm going to take the word pop, because it is popcorn, and we're going to just add this randomly along the side over there. I'm going to do a pop and a pop and a pop, 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 just like that. Pop, 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 pop it in to say hello. And let me see what else I've got over here. I know I pulled out a couple things. The first thing I want to do is for the inside of my card. I'm not going to do a sentiment, but I do hate to waste these pieces that I tore off before. So what I'm going to do is take my Tombow glue, and I only want it about as wide as my card, so I don't need to go the whole length of this. I'm just going to put my finger there so I kind of know when to start. And I'm going to run a bead of Tombow glue right down the edge of this torn piece of black, like that. And then I'm going to take the red piece, whoops, I'm going to use this end so there's no glue there. The red piece that I tore, and we're going to place that over that same area. So now a little of the black is going to show through. the red torn edge is going to show through. I'm going to move it down here to the end, across like that. And then we're going to trim this off. My card is 4 1/4 inches wide. So I'm just going to trim off that end that doesn't have glue on it. Oops, let me flip it over so I have a straight line. Just like that, at about 4 1/4. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going on the inside of the card. So you could center it if it's a little short. You can trim it if it's a little long. It's all gonna work. Okay, so let's take this guy now, and I'm gonna add some seal to the back of him, all the way down that way, and then come back here where my finger was. And we're gonna place this on the inside of the card just to kind of bring it all together and not have to waste this piece right here. So we're just gonna lay it so a teeny tiny bit of white shows at the bottom. Put it right on the card like that. And now the inside of my card matches kind of the outside of my card, which I love when I can do that. Okay, final thing is we're gonna add a few gems to this. So for this one, I decided to use the Starburst sequins. These are an online exclusive that came out in March. They're currently available. And they come in 3 colors, fresh freesia, white, and I think this might have been daffodil, but it works great with the darling duckling too. So we're gonna use them today. And I'm just gonna put some of those randomly onto my card front, just to kind of add some oomph to this. So let's put one there, a large one. They're 2 different sizes. And we'll put a smaller one up here. And a small one over here, and a large one. I'm trying not to line them up too much, so I'm placing them kind of in different places on my card. So that's 4. I have 2 large and 2 small, so it's my choice what I'm going to use. I'm going to add one more large one, I think. And where do I want him? I don't want him in a straight line with that. Is that good? Is that good? Is that good? How about on the black? See, this is how my brain goes. I think I'm going to place it right here. Let's do that. That's kind of an area that needed something. So there, I have my odd number of those. I think they work good with the yellow popcorn, the little kind of starburst sequins. I think it's adorable. Guys, I had so much fun making this. I hope you like it. I will stamp the envelope with the sentiment. So that'll be on there, and maybe use a little of that saran wrap along the edge to give that same kind of buttery color to it. But this is the card I'm giving away. Now again, if you're part of the Global Inspiration Stamp Team, come back at 1 o'clock on that site and watch me, because I'm going to show you a bunch more you can do with this set. But I wanted to showcase it here and to showcase our 2-tone paper. Again, that is 20% off, and that sale is ending today. So let me bring this back. Let me bring out my little recipe if you want to take a screenshot of it. I think that all is fitting on my screen right there. Thank you for taking time to be with me. I hope you liked this project and some of the items and tips that I shared with you today. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win this card. You have at least till tomorrow night, midnight, to be entered to win. Just a reminder that the Global Inspiration Team presentations are going on. I'm on at 1 o'clock Central. If you're part of that group, join us. If you are not part and you are a team member of mine or a customer of mine, let me know and I will get you added to that group. And finally, I would love to have your business. If you're looking for Stampin' Up! Products, or if you just have questions, please let me know. I'm here to answer your questions and be your creative coach. You can contact me anytime at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. And I do plan to be back on Tuesday, so I hope to see you all then. Bye-bye now.